Yo, what is good? It's your boy JG Tennis back with another video. I know it's a while since y'all seen me do one of these videos where I'm in on my computer with it, but I think you probably already know what this video is gonna be. And that video is my 2025, or aka what I like to call it, the Year of Giles. Me. I call it the Year of Giles was because of so many incredible things happened in 2025. I would say that this was probably the second best year of all time, and that's just me. Some say it was the worst, some say it was pretty alright. Let's see, can I find. Oh, yeah, so I still got the video. So, 2025, I know last year I said that 2024 was the second best year ever, and now kind of 2025 kind of brought it out. Now, you could say on a personal level, this was the best year ever because I'm older, more independence, and all that. So maybe we start in January. After the success of 2024, you know, I got a lot of things to be prepared for. Commitment day is coming soon for tennis. I'm going to graduate in 5 months. I got senior season. See how my legacy will play out. And started off where everything was pretty normal. Starting the second semester. Well, when it started, I did go to a Jasper basketball game. I went to two actually, and it was fun getting to meet a lot of the people from Jasper. Especially Anna Gamatis' friend, Kinsley Garrett. I got to meet Jakiron. I got to meet so many people. And all those games that I've been to, they've won. So pretty successful. One of my big time is when you go to January, you have some snow days. I'm like, it's snowing. Like, holy, it snowed a lot. We were out of school on some days. I don't know, we did have a half day hanging out with RJ, Cam. We all, like, I picked up Cam, but we all went to a McDonald's. Well, I went to Chick-fil-A and they all got McDonald's, so it wasn't a lot for real. Then, like, me being me, of course, I know a lot of people in Leeds, Springville. So, how about Leeds? So, basketball season's going on, and there's a big game. In my opinion, it was a big game between Ramsey and Leeds, and it's at Leeds. So, of course, I was going to be going to that game. I'm very excited for that game because I'm seeing my school versus one of my favorite schools and a school that I know majority of everybody there. And it's crazy enough is that I haven't seen a lot of these people in a while. Like, haven't seen them in a month, basically. And I get to Leeds High School. And, one of the JV Ramsey players, talk to him all the time. He knew me very well. He was asked if I was coming to. Yeah, I said, of course I'll be there. So I came, and I went to Leeds side, and boy, I've never seen so many people get excited for when I pulled up. Everybody was like, James. Even with my friend cheerleader, Finley Bell, she was like, oh my gosh, James here. I haven't seen James in a long time. It's good to see him again. And Leeds, they have very, very, very good people. They're very, very good people. And watching the game, I had to cheer for Ramsey as well, but it was fun watching them. And the Ramsey basketball players were asking me to get some people's numbers for them. They're like, how do you know all these people? So they got to see how famous I was at least. January, it's a great month. Then, Leeds came to Ramsey. Um, but, nothing much for real happened in January except for getting prepared. So then, you go to February. Things pretty good. Some things are going good. Classes are doing good. And you get, whatchamacallit, my school season's about to start. Getting prepared for the school season was a lot to deal with because I'm one of the players. One of the best players coming back to watch, not to watch, to play in the state. 2024, I had a very good year. 19-3. And then, I'm about to go play for I'm about to go set records for my school. My first match is against Cornerstone. I win 8-0. So I'm like, okay, good. I got a good win. Great win. Dominant win. Who knew what was going to be in store? But the next day, I had to go watch a basketball game because now it's playoff time. Also, back in a little bit over, I did go to the St. Clair County Tournament Championships for the boys, and they won, so it was fun to watch. But I went to watch the Lady Rams and the regular Rams play in the round of 16, Sweet 16, basically. Yeah, Sweet 16 in the playoffs. I originally wasn't gonna go watch the girls team play, but the girls were playing against a team that I know. They were playing against Springville. When I heard that they were playing Springville, I got excited. I'm like, oh, heck yes. I'm going to that game. I'm definitely going to that game. And I'm very excited for this game because, it's my school versus one of my favorite schools. And the thing is, I told everybody, I said, people kind of asked me, which side will I sit on? Would I sit on Springville or would I sit on Ramsey? So I said, depending on who was going to be there for Springville, will depend on what side I sit on. Now, probably most likely I was gonna sit on Springville side anyway, because of course everybody I knew from there was gonna be there. It's a playoff game, and Jacksonville State is not too far. It doesn't take that long to get there. So I came to JSU. I got there, and I first sit with one of my fellow Springvillians, Brady Caldwell. I love that guy. He's an awesome guy. I love him to death. Brady's a great guy, man. And you know, you know, me and him are sitting together, right? We're sitting. Oh, well, that sounds weird. We're sitting. I was sitting. His mom knows me too. His sister's a cheerleader, so I'm like sitting with them. He's telling me where Rand's gonna sit on. I said, I think I'm sitting on Springville side, right? We're talking. I asked him game predictions. Great. And so then the rest of the people from Springville, they're all pulling up. Springville and Ramsey are pulling up to the game, right? First watching Winona team play. Winona versus Jacksonville. Me and Brady watching that. So then we go to where Springville's gonna sit. So I'm in an all blue Ramsey shirt, and of course I know a lot of people there, so I didn't really know how people were gonna react to it. Even though I kind of was nervous about wearing a Ramsey shirt on Springville side. But what's so crazy? They didn't even care. They actually didn't even get mad. They were actually happy that I was here. Like, bro, when I was on Springville side, everybody was saying what's up to me, bro. Seth Jones came up, gave me a big high five, right? Give me a big high five. Everybody's like, what's up, JG? Everybody's happy to see me. Cause Springville loves JG. They do. They really do. They even showed it. So I'm just in the student section, right? I'm in the middle of the student section. In Springville student section. Everybody's wearing white. I'm wearing blue. Bright blue, Ramsey blue. They all got Springville white on. Now, during the game was fun, man. I mean, I didn't. The Ramsey people, of course, the Ramsey people were gonna see me, but I didn't know how they were gonna think about that. Because most of them know I love a lot of them, mainly the people in my grade. They knew I love Springville. They know how I am about Springville. They've seen my posts. They look at my Instagram. They see me there almost all the time. I'm hanging out with some soccer people. I'm hanging out with freaking um just some people there. I'm hanging out with some people there. I'm in Springville. I'm hanging out with the folks, right? So like they know me very well. Even people who saw me, they're like, "Jay, why aren't you on Ramsey's side?" I'm like, "Hey, hey, I forget I love it." And people didn't ask me. They're like, "Were you cheering for Ramsey or are you cheering for Springville?" I said, "Whoever wins, whoever wins. I'll just wait for whoever wins, bro." Like the thing, and that's kind of the good thing about the game is that, of course, I should be cheering for my school, which I did. I mainly cheered for my school, but I also had another team that I could root for. So like I watched Ramsey girls won, but again, like being on Springville side, it was a journey, man. I mean, everybody's asking me questions. I took pictures of some people. Everybody's asking me about Ramsey. People talking about how they got muscles. Everybody's like, oh man, it was funny. Well, there's a video of me being on that side, and I'll get to that in a moment. But boy, after this game, I got it. Ramsey, all the Ramsey people. I went to Ramsey's side because the boys played next against Hayden. Oh, I got it. Everybody, like a lot of people were mad. They were calling him a traitor. They were telling me to get back on Hayden's side, even though it was Springville during that time, because the boys playing Hayden, the girls played Springville. I mean, it was crazy seeing how that went. I mean, holy! I had teachers coming at me. Teachers were coming at me, asking me why was I on Springville side. They're asking why was I on that side, and I was like, I know those guys. They're like, do you know them or something? I was like, yeah. Now, if they were the students, of course, they were mad for it, but they're like, I understand you love Springville and all, bro. I understand you love Springville and all. But, like, really? A playoff game? You're going to be on the other team's side during a playoff game? Yeah, it lasted a week. One of the girls' basketball players is a friend of mine. She was like, why did I see you in a big, bright blue shirt in the middle of Springville side? I mean, can you believe that? Yeah. So that was a good day. Then, I met up with Sebastian Nava to get some donuts. And then, the Leeds tennis coach. Yeah, because, you got to go through Jacksonville, go through Leeds, get to Jacksonville. Leeds coach, he gave me a shirt. So, yeah. Then in the next match, I beat Huffman 8-1. So then, everything's going good. Then, I beat Jackson Olin 8-0. And I think I'm out of town. Where am I? I think I'm in Mississippi. Mississippi, and it was a lot of things to go on in Mississippi, and I had some very, very, very good grades. So the season was going on. I'm 3-0. I was ranked 17 in 5A coming in, and then I start off 3-0. And then I beat Moody. I'm 4-0. Right, I win 8-1 against Moody. So I'm then playing against Indian Springs, right? My ranking does go up because I'm 4-0. This match right here against Indian Springs. I win 8-2, playing one of the best matches of my career. That win changed everything. Well, that was one of the wins that changed my entire season. Because I was expected to lose, but I won. So then, I beat Jacksonville 8-1. I beat Cornerstone 8-0. I beat Leeds 8-3. So I'm on a pretty good run. Then, I go play on clay against Donahoe and I win 8-2. So I'm like, wow, season's going on pretty good. I then thought I had COVID, but I didn't. So I went to go play Chelsea at home. Another one of the best matches I played. I'm 10-0. I beat Indian Springs. Then I beat Leeds, Donahoe, and Chelsea back to back. My ranking moved up. I'm now number 5 in 5A. Then I play Altamont. I'm playing against a school that I'm very familiar with. Very familiar with that school. I know a lot. I know almost everybody on the team. The coach of that team is my coach, and I'm excited for it. I go out swinging. I win 8-2. That was a great performance. My ranking then goes up to number 3. So what am I doing now? I gotta get ready for this one big win. But before that, I do go and watch Altamont soccer game because I was invited. Altamont and I get to meet all the Altamont people, man. I mean, being able to meet the Altamont people was great because a lot of those guys follow me on Instagram since last year, and now to be able to meet them all was pretty good. Akshay, Lucas, I mean, they're very cool people. So then, I beat I have the biggest win in my career, and that's against Briarwood. I went 8-6, and that win moved me up to number one in 5A. Then I have a good win against Springville. Got to see my old folks again. So I keep my number one status. Now I'm favored to win the rest of my matches for the rest of the year. I also committed. I first committed to Webster, decommitted, now I'm at Methodist. Which you all know. Now, I do go to another Altamont game against Indian Springs. See Jasper's tennis team a little bit. The girls, Ramsey girls team made the state championship, lost by 1 point. It was tough. I didn't go play McAdory at home. I went 8-1. I didn't beat Donahoe 8-1. I beat Jacksonville 8-0. Oak Grove 8-0. Jackson, Olin 8-0. Moody 8-0. Lee's 8-1. But then it's time to go to Hueytown. Hueytown wins 8-0. I win against Hueytown 8-0. So now I'm heading to Springville to watch the senior night. And that was fun. I got to see a lot of these people I haven't seen in a while. I got to meet some Springville people that followed me on Instagram. It was fun. Huffman. I then beat Huffman 8-0, and then I beat Centerpoint 8-0. And my final regular season game, I win 8-1 against Centerpoint. So I'm having the time of my life. I'm undefeated, no losses yet. I do like a just crazy shot against Moody in the regular season. I then go to like a lead soccer game versus Springville. Got to see a lot of Leeds people again. I went to a baseball game. Man, I had the time of my life, bro. I mean, bro, I was living that dream. Then, like I was on the news at the Tennis Player of the Week, went on the Birmingham Times. I mean, I was living it. And then, Leeds tennis team had a senior night. I went to the senior night, right? I'm in my Leeds apparel. Like they gave me Leeds apparel. I'm in the Leeds apparel. The Moody players, Moody players they love me too, and they're like, "Is that James? Why is he in Leeds apparel?" I'm like having the time of my life. Like I'm undefeated, no losses. I'm coming supporting the Leeds tennis team. It was fun. I mean, holy. I'm on the news, senior night. But then it wasn't over. I beat Moody, and then I have the biggest comeback of my career, also known as the final comeback against Ultima. I lost the first set 5-7 when I was winning 5-1 and 40, like with set points. Then I won the second set 6-4, won the tiebreaker 10-6. My whole school was going crazy when I won. Telling me congratulations, great, like you're in the final. We're gonna cheer for you. I didn't lose to Briarwood. So, I'm not disappointed at all. I did all I could. Went 26-0, was playing some of at a level like I mean, I couldn't imagine what transpired this year. I don't know what I had going on. I was just on some crazy stuff. Then, finally ended my senior year and, like, ended early after taking exams early and kind of getting exempt for some of them. And then you had the athletic banquet. I got my jersey retired. Then, I had, what did I have? Um, Mother's Day, right? Next day was Mother's Day after that, right? Me and my parents went out to eat, paid for it, and then me and my homeboys we went to Buffalo Wild Wings because me and my homeboys are preparing to go on a trip to Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach, we're finna be going there, and so we go to Trustville to eat Buffalo Wild Wings. Then we go to see what the van looks like, where the place is, and then we're heading back to back in Birmingham, take everybody home. I get home, and you know, it's good. One of my favorite things, man. So then I have kind of a week off. Then we have like awards day. Me and Jalen, Colby, and one other person we went, Jonathan. We went to see a movie, Thunderbolts. Man, it was fun. We were there late, got back late, and then came to I'm working. But then it's time for the busiest day of probably the year, or the busiest week of the year. I had stuff going on almost the next 2 weeks because me and my friends are getting ready to leave from Myrtle Beach. We have graduation this, and I have some other stuff to do too. So the first thing, all right, Sunday, I gotta work. I'm working, and then I think it's a tournament going on, so it's probably like a tournament. Then, next day is the graduation practice, right? We got to go to the Boutwell graduation practice. Yeah. So then the next day my parents tell me I have to get ready to go to this luncheon, and when I go, I see that I've won Tennis Player of the Year. Now, let me, that kind of I was kind of shocked. I was kind of shocked that I won Tennis Player of the Year. Now, I think I could have understood being a finalist. I thought I was gonna be like I knew I was gonna be a finalist, but I didn't think I was gonna win the whole thing. Let me see if I can go to it. Go to Tennis Player of the Year, James Giles. I did not expect that. I mean, I didn't expect that, and that put that literally was the entire season I had. Won against so many big players in like, and it was even in a short amount of time. Like I played so many big, like the middle of the season. I had to play like Chelsea, freaking Altamont, Briarwood, Springville, back to back to back, and it was like Leeds and Donahoe added to it too. I had to play those guys back to back. I won those matches, even though I lost to Briarwood in the final, right? Final, my 27th match, but I beat everybody in a whole year. 26 wins to start the season. That was like the best in the. That was like the best in the entire state. Like Minshew was like 20 something and one. Um, Lambert was something and one as well going in. Magruder, from what I was told, he had a cupcake schedule. I mean, Magruder's always very good. I mean, no matter what, he made the final of 5A or 4 of state. He's probably the best player in 5A, better than me in my opinion. But he made it. He made it to like I won Player of the Year for some odd reason. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I understood the season, but like over Vestavia, over Vestavia. Come on, over Vestavia, over Mountain Brook, over John Carroll, over Minshew. I mean, how did I do that? I don't know how. I really don't know how. I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, I understood that I had a surprising year. I mean, I was expected to lose 5 matches that whole year. I lost only one. I lost one match. Now it's at the end. And things happen, man. I had the year of my life. And I was on top too. I was famous. I was popular everywhere in the state. Almost everywhere in the state. I was getting like, and also this is me too. I think it was also the generation as well. The generational thing. Like I grew up with the like as you get into high school, you know, you're with the 2022s, 23s, 24s, and most of the 25s. And, you know, 25s are doing good freshman year, super freshman year, super all the way. And you know me, I was kind of in the middle. I was like, I'm one of the pretty okay players in the state. I went 11-3 freshman year. I did good young, like great young. Then 11-3 freshman year, 14-4 sophomore year, 19-3 junior year. Did pretty good game, made the All Star game. Then in my senior year, I felt like a late boomer, where I did the had one of the I was one of the best players in the state with the new generation. Of course, you had Bedwell, Minshew. Minshew's younger. Minshew got one more year, like he's 2026. You have Magruder, pretty good. Like I'm, I'm. I started dominating with the new gen coming in. The new gen loves me too. Follow me on Instagram. They looked at my matches. They loved it. So then I went to like after the tennis player like getting the award, I'm happy. And I mean I'm doing like crazy good. Tennis player of the year. So then like next day was a busy day. Graduation. I'm finna get out. I'm graduating. So first I go pick up Solomon. And I've been picking up Solomon early in the mornings for school. He arrived me at school. Picked up Solomon, right? And Solomon, love like he's come because we're about to go to BJCC, get ready to graduate, get there. our friend group, most of our friend group goes to Parker. And I forgot to mention on that Monday of the graduation party, of the graduation practice. After that, me and Solomon, we went by Parker. That's where everybody went. That's where most of everybody else went. Except Joaquin. Joaquin went to Asfa. Went to Parker, right? Saw Richard, Cam, Jalen, Ibsen. They all jumped in the back of my car. Everybody like got in the back seat. So then we all went out to eat Buffalo Wild or Wingstop, and we're all doing good. Yeah. So then tennis player of the year, and then graduation. So Jalen, I know he had to prepare for his graduation. Wasn't able to come. Ibsen, he had to work, or Jalen had to work as well. I think. Cam, he had to work, and there's some a lot of stuff happening. So I'm with but Richard and Joaquin, they came to the graduation. It was fun. So I could see Richard and Joaquin in the stands. I see my parents, my aunties. I see uncles there, Uncle Man and Venus there. They're all there, and I was happy to graduate, man. I got my diploma, got on the stage. I mean, can you like after that, we're about to go celebrate with a dinner, right? So Solomon, Richard, and Joaquin, they come to the dinner as well. But then I have to get up early because now I have to go to Richard and the Parker people graduation. So I pick up Solomon early in the morning, get there to BJCC, or actually Boutwell, watching everybody graduate. Right. My boys graduated, bro. They all graduated. We did it. Crazy enough, we have to live like in a few days. We're gonna be beating. We're with each other all freaking during this weekend. Next week we're gonna be together for 9 days. I mean, we're gonna be there for a while, right? So, do like after the graduation, talking to Richard, Cam, Jalen, Ibsen. It's fun to see them graduate. I take Richard and one other person to Richard's house. Then I take Solomon to his house. I gotta get Joaquin because we gotta go Richard's graduation party, and it's fun to being there with all the boys. We go to where we go. I take Joaquin back home. I'm staying there for a bit. Then I get home. So then Friday, it's kind of a little of a day off because then I'm about to have my graduation party, and my graduation party, tennis people are gonna be there, but I gotta get up early because me and RJ gotta go get the car. So Friday, I'm just like hanging out the house. Then, I gotta clean because my cousin's coming over. Then me and Nick go pick up Cam because we're going to the store. We're about to go get some like help him pack and stuff. And then this like, oh, man. Next day after Friday is Saturday. It's my graduation party. But I gotta go pick up Richard because we gotta go pick up the van. Richard got the van. Then picked up Solomon. Then we picked up Jalen. We picked up one of my friends that's coming to the graduation party. So by the way, I haven't eaten the entire day. Right. I was originally planning on getting Chick-fil-A before, but I think J-Row was just taking long. So didn't go to Chick-fil-A. Then we were packing everything. Richard Kamarian's at work. Ibsen's at work. Joaquin's getting one of his friends because he was also coming to my graduation party. So it's just us, right? So Rich had to go to choir rehearsal, so Jalen and Solomon had to come with me and Javion. We got to Crestwood, where and people come to my party, right? Having a blast. Like I'm hanging out with I'm playing tennis with Jabril, Jaden. My assistant coach comes. My Leeds friend Sebastian Nava comes. Richard comes about an hour later. Um, we're all having fun. I mean, it's fun to play some tennis. Get to be with everybody. I mean, it's busy. Then after the graduation party, fun. Then me and my friends would leave for Myrtle Beach the next day. So I gotta go take my car back. Well, but first me and Javion we stop at Chick-fil-A. We eat Chick-fil-A. So we're eating Chick-fil-A, and while eating the Chick-fil-A, I then go to take him home. I go say bye to my grandmother and my uncle because I'm gonna be gone in Myrtle Beach. Take the car home, go take a shower, wait for my mom to get here, and then she took me to Joaquin's because we're staying at Joaquin's because it's kind of a little closer. So then everybody gets back and I'm staying. I'm the one. I always stay up. I'm staying up, waiting for everybody to get here, and then we all get ready and we head to Myrtle Beach, stop in Leeds, and Myrtle Beach was fun. I sleep. And that's a lot. Being in the house with all those guys, we have a lot of stuff to do. A lot of us we're not used to staying with each other for more than more in the same room for more than a couple more than 5 days. I mean, we've done that before where we all stayed in the same room for 4 days, or we spent a night overnight at somebody's house or something like that. But it was different. I also was 197 during that time, so I was big as heck. And I watched it, and I realized something that I'm about to go play college tennis, and I'm 197. That is actually not good at all. So after Myrtle Beach, after I eat all this junk, I realized something. I then went on a diet, or I went on a scheduled diet where I would eat only fried foods on the weekends unless it was a special occasion. Junk or fried foods on the weekends. And what I said that worked, it actually did. So, first, I'm getting ready for tennis. I'm playing a lot of tennis. I didn't start having to hit the gym because I gotta lose some weight, man. I can't be going to like even like I can understand being taller, 190 something is muscle, but like I gotta get in shape. Cause looking at where I am right now, I wasn't in shape. Not right now. I mean, like during that time. Now I'm where I need to be, or kind of where I need to be. One like I start eating like one meal. Cause I used to eat like 3 or 4 meals a day, but then I realized that I can't be doing that. So what I did, I limited it to 2 meals a day. And if I had a third meal, I would not eat the whole day until 7 p.m. But not just eat. I ate healthy. I ate protein. I had fruit. I had pretty good. I worked out in the mornings, even though I still had that weight. But then guess what happened? As I got closer and closer during the summer, it was fun. Like I wasn't playing as a tennis player I was back in high school season. Lost three straight. Even though I won a tournament, lost three straight. But then came, June was pretty good. July, getting very, very good. I was very known across JTT and in Mobile. After I lost that first match, something hit me. After that, I didn't lose again. I didn't lose again the rest of my junior team tennis career. I won against a guy from Miguel Tulane, which is a big win for me. I then beat a pretty good player from, I forgot what school, James Clemens. I was surprised I won. I'm like, holy, I won. How did I do that? Then I played against a big player, Diego Harris, very good guy. I've played him before many times. And there's so many times I go against him and I think I'm going to lose, but then I end up coming up on top. And that was the best match I've played since the season. I mean, I was losing 1-2, and then I won the next 7 out of 9 games. I won 8-4, and it was after rain delay too, when I was winning 6-4, and it was like that was a pretty good win. Cause then I'm doing good late. I then win a tournament, and then I win my final tournament as a junior team tennis player, and I'm like going into school season with so much momentum. Man, I'm going with so much momentum right now. And hanging out with my homeboys. I go to one of their birthday parties. I didn't see Joaquin one last time. Solomon I see one last time, and then RJ and them are heading out. They're in the band, and then I work. I'm working during the summer making money, and then I worked my last shift at George Ward, and it was a big one. James Giles is about to head to college, starting a new journey. I also go to Joey's one last time before I come back, before I come back and practice with. I go to Joey's one last day before I leave for college and before I work my last shift at George Ward. And I'm thinking to myself, because I see a lot of new people there, like incoming freshmen, incoming high school freshmen, eighth graders, and I'm now about to be a freshman in high school. I mean, a freshman in college. I'm like, I'm practicing with the new gen. This is kind of how I felt during the year. Like I was finally playing like the tennis player that I want to play as. I wasn't able to do I wasn't able to do it in the generation I grew up in, but I was able to do it in the generation that's coming up. And now that I'm doing it, I'm now on top. I'm now one of those top guys that people look up to and say, "Hey, he's a pretty good player. It's one of the best." That's that late bloomer stuff, and I kind of like it. So then me and Dad drive 8 hours to Methodist University, Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is actually, I forgot to mention I visited Methodist back in February. Now, what's so crazy is before I got there, I didn't even know what Fayetteville looked like. So when we got to Fayetteville, I was very unfamiliar with some of the places. Very unfamiliar. But then I saw when I got to the campus, people were nice. And then the next day we came in, I had orientation. And at orientation, I'm a little nervous meeting a lot of new people because most of these guys were from the Virginia, North Carolina area. So like most of them kind of knew each other very well, or at least introduced themselves to each other already. I ended up going to the wrong group, right? But I meet a fantastic guy, a fantastic dude that I'll talk to a lot named Ethan Grzziak. Cool guy. Asked me, so you're from Birmingham? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Birmingham. Cool guy, right? And he even remembered my name. I didn't even know his name at first until I saw him on Instagram. When I found him on Instagram, that's when I knew his name. That's how it is with me sometimes. I don't know your name sometimes, but then when see your Instagram, I didn't know your name. So like, also while I'm on Instagram, while I'm at orientation, I meet these two girls I met. One is named Rebecca, and another is named Brenlaka. And at orientation, I take a picture with them, right? Who knew that one of them would be one of my good friends for a long time? Then I get to my room, setting everything up, meet the tennis team, rest of the tennis players, freshmen, all that, meeting a lot of new people, and it's like, oh my gosh, a lot of stuff to do. And first day, got that in the bag, pretty good. Second day, pretty alright. Third day, no, we got practice. No, it's time to get to it. And, I'm now getting ready to experience the full workouts. 15 laps first practice, and I do alright when I'm hitting. But I'm playing against players that have that did a lot more training than me, that have done so much, and even though one person I was able to beat. So what I have to do? Work hard. As practices came, I improved a lot of things. I ate healthier. I prioritized what I ate. I ate at specific times, like I would like on like depending on where my classes were. Like on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays. I mean Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I would eat at like 11 a.m. Sometimes before, and then not eat the rest of the day until after practice. And during that time, it was good. And then, as play went on, I kind of started improving. And, then, team is good too. I got to get ready for my first tournament, right? My first tournament, I'm kind of nervous, right? Now, however, before the first tournament, um, my friend Bryn, like, a great person. I go to the girls' soccer game, right? Me and Brendan take a picture, right? Then, while like on the like, it's actually let me go back. Let me backtrack a little bit. We had a tennis meeting, right? And I didn't know the girls' team until they follow me on Instagram, right? So when they followed me on Instagram, I was walking down. Two of them asked me if I wanted to ride down to the pro shop. I'm like, sure, I'm down. And I mean, people on campus, they're very, very, very nice. And I remember that one time where was trying to DoorDash some food. My order was like off campus because of where, like, it's weird. And so when I was walking, I was about to like walk all the way there. Even though I did have my car, was like down at the tennis center, and I was just walking. I was like, "Where is this guy?" One of the frat guys who was also friends with two people on the tennis team, like, was in his truck, and they said, "Yo, James, hop in." I'm like, "Wow." I'm like, "Man, these people are very nice." So then, like, I go to s- the week is over, and I'm getting ready for my first tournament. Now, during that time and period when I was before doing my first tournament, I decided to do something that was, yeah, I wanted to fast. So I wanted to do this fasting thing where I only ate one meal, or I ate less calories. Because you know me, like, I wanted to lose weight. That was my goal. And the day before I got to Memphis, I was 182. And I was losing weight, but not in a healthy way. Like when I was fasting and stuff. So then, I realized that I didn't need to just cut down and just eat one meal a day. What I needed to do was just prioritize what I eat in the morning, then eat in the afternoon, like, and that's what I did. And then I included tennis practice, and I worked out. It worked out as a charm. So then came my first tournament. The first day, I win my first match, and I'm like, wow, I got my first college win. Then, I'm playing against somebody that I'm like a little nervous. I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna get my butt whooped. I ended up losing by not. I didn't lose bad. I lost 6-4, 6-4. I played good, and I learned so much from that match. I did a good effort. I almost came back twice. Then I won my. Then, the next day, Brent had brought a friend, and I won. So then, life on Methodist, as you know, I'm doing a lot more stuff, but I have another tournament next week. So I'm improving, practicing, getting prepared for it. We get to the tournament, I play lights out. Even though I lose in the quarterfinals, but I played so well during the tournament. And, like, my backhand was crazy during that time. Crazy. Fudge. And, so then, at the tournament, I had something very bad happen. My grandmother passed away. And, after I got my butt whooped, it was of course, the dude was gonna whoop me anyway. The dude was gonna beat me. He won the whole tournament. But my grandmother, passed away. It was sad for me. So then, I had to come home, um, on a Thursday. So the day before, I practiced, and then, I go watch the girls' soccer team, and they, I think it was a tie, but it was good to see. And uh, the next day I had to go to Birmingham, right? So Sweet Home Alabama, right? A lot of people were asking me where was I going. They're like, "You're leaving? Where are you going?" I'm going to Birmingham, Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama, my hometown, and well, home city basically. And I get there, and Dad picks me up. I go to George Ward to see everybody, and then I go pick up Solomon. So Solomon is happy to see me. Hasn't seen me in a while, and then Springville. No, not Spring. Yeah, we do like. Oh yeah, but then it was Gosh, what was it? Me and Solomon then went to Leeds after dinner and got Bucky's, and next day went to go to my old school Ramsey, got my yearbooks, got to see a lot of people, and then Richard, Cam, and Jalen, they all came back in town because they were coming to the funeral. Solomon came to the funeral as well, so it was a lot. Seeing a lot of people, it was tough. I do miss her. Do miss her very well, and if y'all have seen my videos, if y'all remember my Chinese food vlogs, she was basically the one that took me to get the Chinese food. And yeah. So funeral, hanging out with the boys. Like before or day before the funeral, Richard, I'm hanging out with Richard. Me and Richard go to the game, then we pick up Solomon. We gotta convince Solomon to come with us to Gadsden, Alabama. Like we got it. Like we're going there late at night. Convince him to come. So then we go pick up Cam, right? Or we actually go. Like we drive my dad's truck. Like I actually go. Like I pick up Cam. Well, I picked up Solomon. I get Solomon. Solomon's in the back in the caboose, and then we get Cam. Then RJ's in the car. I mean, gets in as well. So we're all just in this mood. And we get to Gaston late at night, and we're like, why are we here late at night? And Then like we get back like 3 a.m. in the morning. I sleep at like 4. Funeral happens. Seeing people you haven't seen in a long time. My cousin from Durham lives in Durham. She's an hour away from my college. She came, and then I went back. Everything's back to normal. So then the semester goes on, having fun. I do kind of have a little slip up in my grades in 2 of my classes, but I was able to bring those up, and you will be surprised at what I ended with in the classes. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram at D1J Tennis, you'll know how well I did in my class. But then came like I went to Durham for a few nights, stayed there. I went to have fun at so many different things, right? And then came the month of October. October was gonna be my favorite month of the year. My birthday was coming up. So I told everybody that my birthday's coming up. They're all excited. And the day before my birthday, I go to the girls' soccer game, women's soccer game. Watch me and Zach go watch Brennan, Gabby, and Rory play, and then me and I take Zach to the tennis center. Then I'm heading to Durham. So now I get to Durham instead of staying with my cousin Candace, I'm staying with her daughter Jessica at their house. Cause me and the kids we go to a movie, Demon Slayer. I mean, we go having this crazy good time. And then the next day I come back in town to, whatchamacallit? Fayetteville. And now, I'm 19 years old. Everybody's wishing me birthday wishes, all that. And whatchamacallit? Birthday wishes. Birthday wishes. So on my birthday on October 5th, we go to a buffet. And most of my teammates come. It was fun. And 3 of the girls players did too. It was fun at my birthday. And it was such a great time. Spring. Yeah. Next day, I'm having a good time. Then my grades get back up. I'm at AB and like only one B. And then I get to the next best thing. And I mean I'm having a time of my life. We get to the break, right? We get to like I do good on my midterms and we have like a break. A fall break, right? So during the fall break, I go to Durham, stay with my cousin, right? Cause I have nothing else to do. You definitely don't want to be on campus. So I'm just in Durham for 5 days. Then I come back and I'm getting ready to celebrate my birthday at the tennis center. So I get pizza, wings, and it's fun. Like holy, it's fun. Day before, I went to go watch the girls, the girls soccer team play. My gosh, Jasper is so good this year. Golly, dude already has 1,000 points. But yeah, it's like, oh wait, what was I? There we go. So I'm getting ready to celebrate my birthday. Get everything prepared, bring food, all of that here, and it was fun. The girls' tennis team came. The Our teammates and the boys' team came. Ito and Za come. Matt, of course, you know. Oh wait, Matt's not the part of course, Matt, our best player. Wanza and Axel came. What's his name? J Matt came. Luke Wood came. Bryn and Rory came. And my gosh, it was fun seeing everybody pull up. I had a fun time. Celebrated, and then it's time to go. Now during the school year, I'm doing a lot better. My classes are doing good. I'm still at the A and B, but then you get to November. I play. I think I watch some more games. And I play in another tournament, and I win all my matches. And I'm like, wow, how? I also reached my lowest weight. Remember I told y'all I was 197 in Myrtle Beach? I was now 171. Now, you see how crazy that is? Back in, like, I'm like, basically 5 months ago, I was 197 pounds. Now I'm 171. And that's how you do it. And I lost so much weight in a healthy way. So then, my classes are going good. Of course, I then go to Friendsmas. Well, basically, not Friendsmas, Friendsgiving. Actually, a family's giving because it's cousins. I go to Durham. I got to meet some family members I haven't met before and hanging out with the little cousins. So I'm having a fun time watching football, everybody eating good food. Well, guess what happened? Next time I come back and it's time for me to get ready. I redo an exam for a teacher and I brought that one B up to an A. Now I'm at all A's and I'm getting ready to head home for Thanksgiving, right? So I for like go back home. I didn't practice, play some tennis, I work out some. Then I have to come back and get ready for finals. First, when I come back, first week I'm locked in. So I do two of my finals already during that first week. How I prepared for them? I studied. My first final was PTM. PTM, I started the class with a 61 and I ended with a 90. Look how big, because I redid an exam. But I learned so much. Like, I remember when I did the second test, I did so much better than the first one. Like, I did so much better. Like, and I'm glad that I had that talk with coach. It was good. Ended that class with an A, made it 89 on the final exam, 90 overall in the class. So it was good. Then, I had composition, and composition has been one of my favorite class. Not like and the teacher, very good teacher. I mean, she was incredible. Like, a lot of people didn't really understand the last things she was saying, but I kind of was able to, and I'm like, I wasn't just doing it, understanding it to be good. I was understanding it because I looked into it more, and I had an understanding of some of the things that were said. So I did very good in that class, and I made a 100 on on the final project, and ended the class with a 98. I even had a 66 at one point in that class, and I got it up to a 98. So I worked my butt off for that final project. Like, we were given it Monday, and I worked on it from Monday through Tuesday through Wednesday, and then Thursday I did the final thing, and then Friday I printed everything off, turned it in, left. Had a fun time. Then, I then had um what I have marketing, right? Online. I usually don't study for that exam because I don't really know what to do, but I did do the extra credit assignments basically as my study guide. I studied, I made a 91 on the final, and I ended that class with a 97. Then, macroeconomics. That was one of the classes I was kind of worried about during the semester. However, I did very good on it. And I made 92 on the final exam. I ended that class with a 94. Wow. That studying really paid off. Then my final was financial accounting. Now, what was so crazy about that was that I stayed up until like 2 a.m. knowing that I have to get up at 7:30 because I got to check out. But however, I woke up at 7:44 and I had an exam at 8 a.m. So I was like, oh God, man. And then I had to wake up my RA, get everything else packed, unplug a lot of things. And then when I got back on campus, I got back on campus. Wait, no, 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 no. I, 'cause I was getting ready to leave campus. I got all my stuff packed, but then I had to go get to my exam. I was 20 minutes late. However, there's one student that was like an hour and 30 minutes late. So I was basically like the last one until he came in. And I was kind of nervous for this thing. However, I knew that I was going to, either way, I was still going to I had a 91. Well, I had a 92 while I was in that, like, before that exam. And I didn't really care what I made. Because whatever like, I was going to either go down to a B, it was going to stay at a B, no matter what I made. Now, I definitely didn't want to make a zero. I knew I wanted to make at least 100 out of something to keep it at an 80. Well, I made it 80. 3 on the final, and I kept my grade up at a 91. I've ended the semester with all A's. Very successful, bro. Very successful. I mean, I was late. I had to get ready because then I was heading home that day as well. I was happy, and that ride home back to Birmingham, or my drive back to Birmingham, was amazing. Also, I went to AC Championship when Virginia played. They lost, but hey, they made 11 wins this year. Alabama's in the playoff. They're doing good. They're in the quarters. So I get home. I then watch It Welcome to Derry. Oh my gosh, it was a great show. I did watch Peacemaker. I want and you know what's so crazy? Peacemaker season 1 was good. Season 2 was kind of mid. But let me tell you this: I didn't watch Peacemaker season 1 until this year. I didn't watch it until this year, and it was good. Then come back, playing tennis, hanging out with friends, and the year's almost over. I've had a wonderful year. I was on top. Was probably the best athlete at my school, or one of the best, most famous people in Birmingham for a long period. Ended my junior team tennis career with 10 straight wins, winning my last 10. Won 6 out of my 8 college matches currently. Got to my lowest weight since 2019. Got a new car. All A's to end my first semester in college. I mean, this was the year of Giles. The year of Giles. And now, the year of Giles will end in about, say, so it's 5:48 in the morning, so wait, 6, 18 hours. Basically 18 hours. The year of Giles will conclude. And I can't wait for 2026. And I'm excited. Well, also I forgot to mention that before my other finals, I took Zach to the airport in Durham, Raleigh, Durham, early in the morning. Brandon left as well. A lot of people are leaving. Some are staying. So we will see how this semester will go. Because now I'm asking the question, where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now in 2026? Well, y'all stay tuned. It's been your boy JG Tennis. Peace out. Happy New Year.